Hey everyone, this is a short video to introduce some logical fallacies. And before we get to our longer instructional video, I want to talk about non sequiturs. And in the example I gave about Iris's birthday and her idea of vanilla, which she's obsessed with vanilla right now for some reason, we had an example of what's called a non sequitur. And the first thing I want to do is you may have noticed that non sequitur sounds like it's a foreign language. And it is. A lot of these logical fallacies are titled in Latin, and so you will just have to get used to that. However, they are Latin phrases that people use often to identify logical fallacies. So, in some ways, we're learning a new language to talk about fallacies, but it is a language that is used in English, but often just with people that are educated in logical fallacies. And I really think we all need to be more educated in logical fallacies based on how people and politicians are using them. So, non sequitur literally in Latin would translate to like does not follow. And what it means is that a conclusion does not logically follow from the claims. There's a disconnect between the things. So, I like vanilla because it's pink. Doesn't actually connect. Okay. Um, and here's an example. A lot of our memes, okay, a lot of our memes kind of use this, and a lot of our comedy shows kind of use this as well. Okay, so we have this meme, which is pretty great. Who doesn't like Dwight Schrute? Um, okay, sometimes non sequiturs are what we also call gaffes, that someone just makes a mistake when speaking and it's either funny or it gets a lot of attention. So I want to give an example of a couple that have been on the news in this presidential election cycle. So in one of the debates, Joe Biden said this. And this also shows when you're doing a transcript of someone speaking live, it doesn't always go well to see it in print. So the teachers deal with problems that come from home. The problems that come from home, we have one school psychologist for every 1,500 kids in America today. It's crazy. The teachers are required. I'm married to a teacher. My deceased wife is a teacher. They have every problem coming to them. So in this example, I think what he's saying is that like teachers have to deal with a lot of problems that stem from home and that we need more school psychologists. But he ends with this, they have every problem coming to them. And it's really hard. Like that doesn't exactly follow. Like who's they and like what does he mean by that? Does he mean like the teachers deserve the problems, the students deserve the problems? It doesn't really follow. It's not good logic. But it's a gaffe. Like he's not trying to be misleading. He's not trying to obscure the issue, but he didn't speak very clearly and it came out wrong. Okay. We have another example here from President Trump that was just this week. And he said, we're going to be appointing very pro crime judges. And with this one, Twitter kind of erupted because, of course, you have President Trump has a lot of criminal lawsuits against him currently, or not a lot, but he has several, which is more than some presidents have had. And so people are like, oh, he's finally speaking the truth. But I don't think that's what's going on here. I think he misspoke and it comes out like it doesn't really follow and it doesn't make sense. So it's a gaffe and it's a non sequitur. It doesn't make sense. Okay. So you have these gaffes, but sometimes non sequiturs aren't gaffes at all. They're actually meant to be distracting or they're meant to add confusion to an issue when used in political discourse. So they're used to kind of be manipulative and to be persuasive. Okay. But also, non sequiturs are used in comedy a lot because they can be really funny. Now, in some ways, all logical fallacies are non sequiturs. It's broken logic, right? But as we go on in the rest of this lesson, we're going to learn more and more specific kinds of logical fallacies that are more, that you can understand them more in depth as just not broken logic, but they're identified